Alright. Xanax was the drug that I had a massive problem with, and it honestly ruined a lot for me. And it didn't only ruin things for myself, but it ruined things for like my parents and friends, and that was ultimately what hurt the most. And what got me into Xanax was it was like COVID and there wasn't much going on, and boredom got the best of me. So I was bored one day, decided to take it, and it wasn't out of like depression or like I wasn't deep down sad about anything. I just took it. It made me feel very good and like something I've never felt before, which is like it gives you like a boost of confidence, and it makes you feel like the man. So like, it was things I really like to feel. And that's what pulled me in so hard, was like that feeling of feeling amazing and confident, like the feeling like I am good, like I feel good. So that feeling is what dragged me in. And then um, when you're on Xanax, it's like telling you to eat more of it. When you're on it, you just want more. And um, I remember talking to like one of my friends about it, and he was saying like when I was on it, that he would just like see me like go in my drawer and take them out and like pop them, and I would have no recollection of doing this. And that was probably the scariest part of all of it, was that I would just keep taking more without even realizing it while on Xanax, which is probably the worst part of it. And the biggest effect that Xanax had in my whole life was a few things. It took away my social life because I had to go home and like get things straight. Um, I ruined a lot of relationships with people. Um, I also hurt my parents financially and emotionally. Those overall are what hurt me the most and made me want to change, because I saw how all my friends were reacting negatively towards my actions. I saw how my parents were seriously worried about me, and they were wondering if I was even going to be alive the next time they called me. That's how scary it was. And I had my sisters calling me crying, and like after like hearing all that from like them and my friends, like it kind of hits you that like you really need to stop and think about what's really happening, and I don't know, take a step back and just view it. And then also another thing about Xanax was I had a really hard time um, actually believing people, because when you're on Xanax, it makes you um, I don't know, not care about anything or anyone else's opinion. So anyone who did care for me and was giving me helpful advice, I was just turning it down. And the way I overcame this was I had a wake up call where something very bad happened. I had a seizure from taking too much, and well, actually, it wasn't from taking too much. I took too much, but I wanted to stop taking it because I had like an epiphany. I didn't want to take it anymore because it was like scary to me. I thought I was gonna die at one point. So I stopped taking it, and then a few days later from the withdrawals, I had a seizure. And then this was the biggest wake up call of them all, which is sad because I've had plenty before that. And um, this put the nail in the coffin. Like I've had something crazy happen to my entire body. I was in the hospital. I got sent home. I can't drive for 6 months. So there was just a bunch of other like consequences that came with taking this drug. And um, it was not easy to overcome. Like, I struggled a lot. I thought about it a lot, and it was constantly on my mind. And even when I went home, I was still trying to find someone to get it, even after having the seizure, because that's how strong and how much this drug really takes over you. My family was very supportive of me, and they were always there. My friends were always supportive of me, which is very big. I feel if you really want to get over any addiction, you need friends and family. Like that's the most important thing, in my opinion, is having friends and family and a strong mental mind to say that you can get through this, because I feel that most people who are addicted let the drug almost take control of them, and you have to know that you are stronger than the drug. And even though it sucks to not be on the drug, you'll feel so much better when you're off of it, knowing that you don't need this to feel okay. Like, being sober is nice because I finally am acting like the way I am. I was not myself while on Xanax, and everyone was telling me that. And if I was going to give advice to anyone who was on Xanax or any drug, I would say I would seek help from either your friends, family, or if you don't have that, even a therapist, just someone to talk to get your emotions out or whatever you need to get out, because you don't want to keep that all inside and compacted, because it just comes out at one point and way worse than if you were to just let it out and talk to someone. I don't know. I've been off Xanax for 3 months now. I think 3 months. It's 2 to 3 around there, and I haven't taken a single pill since that 2 or 3 month mark, and I feel way more happier than I did when I was on it. And if anyone was taking it in front of me, I would talk to them and really try and get them to lean off of it, because after what happened to me, I don't want to see that to happen to anyone else. And it sucks that even my friends had to see me go through that, because that was not me at all. But I still found happiness, because I knew myself after all this negative things happened. I knew myself that if I stayed headstrong, that I know that this will come to an end. Even though it can go so low, it has to go up at some point. And I just kept that in my mind, and I knew that if I work towards getting better, that I will be able to come back to things that I love to do and go back to being normal. And I knew that was my motivation, was just I knew that I was okay, and that was my biggest motivation. People had their own opinions, saying that, oh, you have a deeper thing going on and you need to figure it out. But I don't know, I just feel that if you have the head strength to tell yourself you can do it no matter what happens, that it's going to get better at some point. If you keep that mentality, then I feel you will be able to eventually get off whatever drug you are addicted to. And that's what really worked for me, is honestly in my head I just kept telling myself I can do this, and I'm not letting this drug take over my life and change it and make it awful. So I don't know, I feel like it's really, yes, family and friends help, but I really think it's yourself and what you tell yourself in your head. If you keep telling yourself, I'm going to go back, you are going to go back. But if you tell yourself, nah, I don't need this, I just need my friends, I just need to go back to doing what I want to do, and that's what you really want, then you will get off, because you have that motivation to not take it because you want those things that it took away from you. Xanax took so much away from me, and I worked to get all those things back. And I don't know, I feel like you just need to have that motivation and be strong and have a strong will. And that's really what I feel will help you the most.
That was awesome.